Okay, so get this. Today's deep dive, we're checking out Kriptopia.
Kriptopia.
Kriptopia, but hold on. Before you go, picturing, like some hidden digital city made of Bitcoin or something.
Right.
Let me clarify. It's a community, but, and this is where it gets interesting, not just any community.
Okay.
They're calling themselves a movement, a full-blown movement.
Wow.
Yeah, we got our hands on their profile. It's a wild ride, reads like a manifesto, really lays out their whole philosophy.
So what's the deal? Give me the rundown.
Well, they're not messing around. Let's just say that. It's not just about, making a few bucks off Bitcoin.
Oh, really?
No, they're talking about completely transforming your life.
Okay.
Like winning at life across the board.
Interesting.
Yeah. Personal growth, mindset, business, you name it.
Yeah.
They claim to have the blueprint for success in, well, pretty much every area.
Ambitious is an understatement, huh?
You got that right.
What's the story behind this Kriptopia? Who are these people?
It's the brainchild of 4 founders, led by this guy who calls himself Yo.
Yo, interesting choice.
Right. But the whole vibe is very much about empowerment. Like, they really push this idea of a holistic approach.
Holistic, huh? So it's more than just buy this crypto, sell that crypto.
Yeah, way more. They're all about, like, self-improvement, becoming the best version of yourself, and, oh yeah, also making a killing in crypto.
Okay, I'm picking up on a bit of maybe a lot of marketing savvy here.
Maybe. But hey, a lot of successful ventures have that in common, right?
Sure enough.
But to answer your question about who these people are, well, that's part of the mystery. They've had, let's just say, a bit of a turbulent past as a community.
Interesting. Turbulent how?
At their peak, they had like 8,000 members, a force to be reckoned with.
8,000, that's a decent size.
Right, but then crypto winter hit. The prices started tanking.
Ah, the inevitable bear market.
Exactly. And to make matters worse, they got caught up in those Telegram purges. Remember that? A whole bunch of crypto groups got shut down.
Yeah, I remember that. A lot of chaos, a lot of people scrambling.
Tell me about it. And Kriptopia took a hit for sure.
So how many members are left standing now?
Well, last I checked, they're down to about 5,500 active members.
A significant drop. You'd think that would be a cause for concern, but I bet they have a positive spin on it.
Oh, you bet they do. They're framing it as a good thing, like this natural filtering process, only the strong survive, that kind of thing.
Right, the whole we're stronger than ever narrative.
Yeah, exactly. And hey, maybe there's some truth to that. Maybe a smaller, more dedicated community can actually be more effective, more focused.
Could be. Okay,
so let's dig deeper. Because, get this, they're claiming that over 80% of their small-cap crypto recommendations have been profitable.
80%. That's a bold claim.
Right. And they even name some examples. ChainGPT, FET, AGIX. They're like the Warren Buffet of obscure altcoins.
Still, even with a healthy dose of skepticism, you can't completely write off the potential value of a community's collective knowledge, especially in the world of crypto.
That's true. 2 heads are better than 1, or in this case, like 5,500 heads.
Exactly. And they seem to have their fingers on the pulse, so to speak. Remember back when everyone thought Bitcoin was headed straight for $10,000?
Oh, yeah, I felt the Sakai was falling.
Right. But Kriptopia, they held firm. They said it was a buying opportunity below $22K and predicted it would bottom out around $14 5K.
And they were pretty darn close. Bitcoin hit a low of $15 5K.
Exactly. Remarkably accurate call on their part.
Oh, and don't forget their prediction that Bitcoin wouldn't have dropped below $20 K if it hadn't been for the whole FTX meltdown.
Right. They even said, and I quote, our $100 K Bitcoin will come sooner than your $10 K Bitcoin.
Pretty bold statement to make when Bitcoin was struggling around $16 K.
I know, right? And with Bitcoin currently approaching the 60, 70K range,
that $100 K prediction is suddenly looking a lot less far-fetched.
Seriously. Makes you wonder what they know that we don't, right?
It definitely piques your curiosity.
Right. Like, are they just really good at this? Or is there something more to it? Okay, maybe I'm getting a little carried away, but still.
No, I get it. It's intriguing.
Yeah.
But their whole thing seems to go beyond just, like, throwing out price predictions.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just about the money. And speaking of which, did you see what they were doing with giveaways during the last bull run?
Giveaways. Oh, yeah, that's a classic community building tactic.
Classic, but effective. We're talking almost $10,000 worth of BNB given away. That's Binance Coin, by the way, for anyone who's new to this. Right, can't forget the newbies. And it's a smart move. Giveaways generate buzz, they foster loyalty, they tap into that fear of missing out.
It's like, join us, and you too could be swimming in free crypto. Who wouldn't want a piece of that?
Exactly. But it's not all just hype and speculation. Kriptopia also seems to be putting a lot of emphasis on education. They have this VIP Edu group, which they claim is a treasure trove of resources for their members.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really going all in on this whole holistic thing. It's not just buy low, sell high. It's about equipping their members with actual knowledge and skills.
Okay, so what kind of knowledge and skills are we talking about here?
Well, they've got technical analysis resources for the more, seasoned traders out there, but they also have stuff for beginners, like explaining how exchanges work, that sort of thing.
Got it. So a little something for everyone.
Exactly. And then there's the whole mindset training aspect and business and marketing strategies. It's like they're trying to create a well-rounded entrepreneur or something.
It's an interesting approach, but it does make you wonder, is it all just for show? Is it genuinely valuable content, or is it just another way to keep members engaged and paying their dues?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is, and we'll dive into that more right after this quick break.
It's funny. We've been talking about this whole Kriptopia thing, this whole movement idea.
Right.
But we haven't actually heard, any actual voices from the community itself.
That's a good point.
It's all well and good to have, these big predictions and the giveaways and all that, but what do the members actually think? Are they actually, benefiting from all this?
It's very much their side of the story so far, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's all very, Kriptopia says this, Kriptopia does that. We haven't really gotten a sense of, the actual member experience.
And that's crucial, right? Because ultimately the success of any community hinges on the experiences of its members.
Totally. So, how do we cut through all the noise? How do we figure out if Kriptopia is the real deal or just, really good marketing?
It's about looking beyond the surface. Right. So, for example, they talk a big game about this VIP Edu group, this treasure trove of resources.
Yeah, but what does that actually look like in practice? Are we talking a couple of basic articles, or is it more in-depth than that?
Well, from what I've gathered, it seems to be a mix of stuff.
Okay, like what? Give me the specifics.
They've got technical analysis resources, which would definitely appeal to the more experienced traders, but then they also have content geared towards beginners.
So they're not just catering to, the crypto whales. They're actually trying to, bring new people into the fold.
Exactly. They're trying to create a more inclusive environment, which I think is a smart move.
Yeah, totally. Especially since, let's be real, crypto can be pretty intimidating for newcomers.
For sure. It's like learning a whole new language sometimes.
Tell me about it. So, what's the takeaway here? What do you tell someone who's listening to this thinking, okay, Kriptopia, interesting, but is it for me?
I always say start with yourself. What are you really hoping to get out of this?
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Are you mainly interested in the whole crypto trading side of things, the money-making potential?
Which, let's be real, is a big part of their appeal for a lot of people.
For sure. But maybe you're more drawn to that community aspect, the idea of learning from others, maybe getting some personal development thrown in there.
Because those are two very different things.
But you got to know what your priorities are.
Right, what are your goals here? What are you actually trying to achieve?
Exactly. Once you have a handle on that, then you can start to evaluate, okay, does Kriptopia actually align with what I'm looking for?
And don't forget about the risks.
Oh, for sure.
This is crypto we're talking about. There's always a chance you could lose your shirt.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the financial risk either, right? Joining a community like this, it takes time, it takes energy.
It's commitment, for sure.
It is. So you really got to weigh all those factors and decide if it's the right move for you.
It's like anything else in life, right? Do your homework, trust your instincts, and if something doesn't feel right, don't be afraid to walk away.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, there you have it, folks. Kriptopia community movement. Crypto-themed boy band. The jury's still out.
And the mystery continues.
It does. But hey, that's part of the fun, right? Figuring it all out for yourselves.
That's what this deep dive is all about.
Exactly. So until next time, keep those thinking caps on, do your own research, and as always, thanks for joining us on this wild ride.
See you next time.